We have a culture of fun, fast, and easy. We have a culture of people who don't do discomfort. And I've never achieved a single thing in my career or life comfortably.
Hi, my name is Dina Grishin. I'm a life and career coach specializing in career change and career development. In this video, I'm going to help you follow through. That's right. This is the year you're going to follow through on your goals or on your ideas. Either one. This is for you if you want to change careers. That's the goal and the idea that you want to follow through. Or if you're creative and you just want to finish a project once and for all. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to get you to feel comfortable about feeling uncomfortable. Brené Brown has got a video that I absolutely love, and where she says that we have a culture of fun, fast, and easy. We have a culture of people who don't do discomfort. And she reflected and said, I have never achieved anything in my life or career comfortably. So that is actually the trick. That is the whole trick, to be comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. But I'm going to make it easier for you by sharing a diagram with you and a concept with you and explaining it. So look, I see it all the time as a coach helping people change careers. They come, they have an idea, like they want to do something more purposeful, more meaningful, or they want to be a digital nomad, or they want to get that book out of them because they really want to write, or start that side hustle, that Etsy business. And then they start thinking about it, and then it feels hard, and then they give up, they stop, and they never follow it through. Likewise, I also coach self-employed creatives and freelancers, and with them what I see is they have loads of ideas, and they also stop. But what happens with the idea is it stops feeling juicy, and then the other idea pops up, and they go to that idea, and they end up jumping, and not having the satisfaction of seeing an idea through and feeling so proud to have achieved it. But I'm going to help you this year. And it all starts by knowing the emotional journey of creating anything great. I'm going to show you a diagram, and it's called the emotional journey of creating anything great, but it's applicable to completing goals, completing projects, changing careers, doing anything basically, because it's all about talking you through the emotional journey of going outside your comfort zone. So here's the diagram. As you can see, the diagram starts when we have an idea. And when we have an idea, it is the most delicious thing on earth. It kind of uplifts us. It makes us see the world in a different way. We are buzzing high off this idea and we can't wait to act on it. Then what happens is that fades. That inspiration fades, momentum slows down, we start taking action. And action, some of it is actual physical action, but some of it is sometimes just us thinking about it in our head, like, oh, what would I do next? Moving the idea forward. And then what happens is we start thinking, oh God, this is harder. We start seeing a challenge or a stumble block. And then as it feels harder, the doubt starts increasing. I don't know if I have what it takes. Who am I to do this? Is this idea good enough? Someone else is probably doing it and doing it better. Someone else has probably done it. Why bother? So this is the point where people give up. Because they make the mistake of thinking that they shouldn't be feeling down, thinking that it should be rainbows and daisies all the way through, that it should always feel like it did at the beginning, it should always feel uplifting. And so they give up, they listen to the doubt. I'm here to tell you, don't do that. No, don't do that. No, keep on going and know that it gets worse before it gets better. You will see that curve goes down and it goes into the swamp of despair. If you keep on taking action, you will have that dark night of the soul where you think, this sucks. This is the worst idea I've ever had. I remember I had that when I was doing my master's. I was so excited about signing on to the master's of applied positive psychology and coaching psychology. I had all these high hopes, and just, I think in the middle of it, when I was doing my dissertation, I remember thinking, I can't do this. I have to quit. I can't do this. I can't believe my family, my friends let me do this. This is too hard. Working part-time and then doing this master's. I don't know what I'm doing. I will quit. I thought that. But actually, the reason I didn't quit is because my professor shared something very similar to that. He shared that curve and he said, you have to trust the process and there will be dark times. And that phrase, trust the process, that's what kept me going. And this diagram as well, I still use it and I share it with my clients. It helps. It helps to know that our emotions will get worse before they get better. And it helps to know that it will get better, doesn't it? And my theory on ideas is this, that ideas come to us and the universe or whatever is like, well, here's an idea. And if you like it, great. But you're going to have to go through a test and you're going to have to up level a little bit. A bit like Hercules, he couldn't just say, hi, I'm a hero. He had to show people he's a hero. He had to go through all those trials and tests. So by going through them, he, got stronger, got wiser, became the hero. And so with us too, the universe tests us. That's like, here's the idea, but here's also doubt. And here's a challenge. And what are you going to do about it? Do you want it? Do you want it bad enough? And so we have to kind of prove that we're worthy of the idea by keeping going on. But in the going on, what happens is we become the person who is worthy of that idea. We become brave because we have to. We have to choose bravery over fear of the unknown. We become more resilient. We learn to trust ourselves more, or we learn to trust our idea. And through that all, we get confidence. A lot of the time we want to feel confident before we start acting, but it is in taking action, in going through the doubt and persevering, that we get the confidence. So look, I'm going to really drive this one home, and I'm going to give you an example of a famous creative who nearly gave up on his idea. And then I'm going to give you an example of how you would apply it with career change, because it works slightly differently. So Stephen King, really famous writer, known for thrillers. You might know his work, Carrie, it got turned into a film. Let me set the scene. At the beginning, Stephen King was doing all sorts of, he was writing, but he was doing all sorts of jobs. So he was a janitor as well as an English teacher, and working and writing, that's all he did. And he was getting some success just publishing short stories, like just little bits of money. It's nothing ever to quit your full-time job over, so that's where he was. He had an idea for Carrie, and he went home and he wrote it. He wrote out 3 pages, and the idea felt really great at the beginning, but then he got to the first stumbling block, the first little hurdle. He thought, oh, okay, well, to tell this story, it's going to have to be a novel. And at that point, he hadn't had success with novels. He hadn't published a novel. His only success was in short stories, in the known, in his comfort zone. So he knew that publishing a novel would be leaving the comfort zone. And he didn't like Carrie. He didn't like the lead character, which was a first for him. It was something new. So based on those 2 points, he scrumpled up the piece of paper and threw it in the bin. The next day, he finds Tabby, his wife, with the piece of paper that she'd taken out the bin, and she read it. And she said, "You've got something in there. Finish it." And he was like, "No, I can't. I mean, what do I even know about girls?" And she was like, "Yeah, I can help with that. That's not an excuse. Finish it." So he did. He finished it. And he said at the beginning, he didn't believe in it at all, but his wife's belief helped him. And so he continued with the manuscript, finished it, sent it off, and forgot about it. And then later on, he got a call from the publisher who said, "We love it, and we want to pay you in advance to finish the book." At the time, he was earning $7,500 per year as an English teacher. They gave him an advance of $400,000. Imagine if it remained in the trash bin. Imagine if he didn't listen to his wife. He said he learned so much from writing Carrie. And he's got a wonderful quote. "I realized that stopping a piece of work just because it's hard, either emotionally or imaginatively, is a bad idea. Sometimes you have to go on when you don't feel like it. And sometimes you're doing good work when it feels like all you're managing to do is shovel shit from a sitting position." I love that quote, not the visual it gives me, but that quote is amazing. It tells you that sometimes you don't have insight into whether your idea is good or not. You just have to keep on going. So those times when he wrote his breakthrough novel, which then turned into a film and pretty much launched his career, at the time he had his swamp of despair times. He thought he was shoveling shift. He didn't know if it was good enough, but he kept on going. So you might have an idea that's in your drafts, in your notes, on your mobile phone, scribbled somewhere. You have an idea for a creative idea, or it could be an idea just for a business, or it could be an idea to do something differently. And it might not feel good, but ideas don't. Hopefully that example of Stephen King has made you go and rifle through your figurative speaking dustbin and fish something out for this year to follow through on. But if you're changing careers or anything like that, if you're unhappy with your job and you want something different, the process still applies, but it's slightly different. Because at the beginning, you don't have this juicy idea that's a creative idea that gets you running and typing or anything. You might have a vague idea or a feeling like, oh, I want to do something with sustainability, or I want to do something in the creative industry, or something else like that. Or you might have a very clear idea, but it's that you just don't want to be here. You can't be working here anymore. That's okay. What you have is the initial kind of feeling that I want to change something. I want to do something different. And that's fine. You're still going to go through that curve where it's going to feel like when you start looking around, when you start researching for what it is you want to do, when you start getting clarity, it's going to feel tough at first. You're going to come across a lot of doubt. You're going to go down that hill and it's going to get to the swamp of despair. The way the doubt is going to come to you is you're going to doubt whether you'll ever find a job. With dream jobs that do exist, you're going to think that it's too late for you. You're going to wonder if you have to make a massive pay cut and start from scratch, and it's going to take so long to earn the same amount of money and all of that. I'm here to say, don't listen to it. Just keep on taking action. You need to have more information. You need to talk to people. You need to do your research. You could also benefit from getting a coach. Stephen King didn't believe in himself at first. It was Tabby, his wife, that believed in him, that kept him going. You will have times when you won't believe that it's possible for you to change jobs, or you'll think it's too hard. Those are the times that it's good to have someone else on your side. And if you just keep on going and not listen to the doubt and know that it's just that process and you have to trust it, then you'll come out at the other side and you'll get that job, you'll finish that project, you'll complete the goal, you'll follow through on your idea, and it feels so good right at the end. So this year, when you start making those goals, when you want to make those changes and it starts getting hard, self-doubt comes out, remember this video, remember Brené Brown, remember Stephen King, and just keep on going. And when it gets really, really bad, think, okay, this is the swamp of despair, and if I just keep on going, the only way is up. I believe this is your year. And if you're listening to this before the 16th of January 2024 and you want to change careers, I have got the very thing for you. I've got a virtual career change summit. If you're listening to this after the 16th of January, don't worry, there will be a replay or a chance to access this summit below. So the summit is 4 days, 19 speakers. You don't have to listen to them all. Even one video will be life-changing. I know because I curated them. These speakers will give you that nugget that will help you keep on going through the swamp of despair and out the other side. The summit is free. It's virtual. So all you have to do is register below. I'll see you there.